We continue with sum number 8 of exercise 9.2, which is based on direct and inverse ratios. So question number 8. A contractor undertook a contract to complete a part of the stadium in 9 months with a team of 560 persons. Later on, it was required to complete the job in 5 months. How many extra persons should he employ to complete the work? So a simple thing, again the same thing. More the people, lesser the time taken. So if 560 men or person can complete the job in 9 months, we will find out that how many men will be required to complete the job in 5 months. So that will be the main thing over here. We say over here 560 person complete job in 9 months. Okay. Therefore, X person complete job in 5 months. So we have over here persons and months. So we get 560, this is 9, X is 5. More the people, lesser the time. So direct के बदले inverse variation है ये. So it is inverse variation. So that's why you're going to multiply direct way completely. So it is 560 into 9 is equals to X into 5. So X is equals to 560 into 9 upon 5. That will be 5, 1, 1 and 2. So that will be 9 2s are 18. And the 9, 10 and the 9, 10. So 1008 persons will be required. Now, this is not the answer. Okay. Read the answer question properly. What is given here? If it is required to complete the job in 5 months, how many extra persons should be employed? See, 560 were already there. I need to apply totally of 1008. So therefore, number of extra persons required is equals to 1008 minus 560. That will be 8 and then 10 to 4 and then it will be 9. So 448 persons. Okay. So number of extra persons who will be employed. So 448 extra person need to be employed. Okay, to complete the job, 448 persons will be required to be additionally employed so that the job which was supposed to be done in 9 months gets over in 5 months. So that was sum number 8. So the only tricky part over here was that they asked you that how many extra persons will be required. It was not, if you write over here that the number of people required is 1008, you are going to get it wrong because the answer is not 1008, it is 448 because they asked you the total, not the total number of people required, it is how many extra people will be required. Okay, so that was sum number 8. We now move on to sum number 9. A batch of bottles were packed in 30 boxes with 10 bottles in each box. If the same batch is fed using 12 bottles in each box, how many boxes would be filled? So it's a simple thing that if in one box you can accommodate more number of bottles, the number of boxes required will be less. So we can just write over here that 30 box required if 10 bottles placed in a box. Therefore, X boxes required if 12 bottles placed in a box. So we got over here boxes and bottles. Boxes 30, bottles 10. Boxes X, bottles 12. More the number of bottles in the box, lesser the number of boxes required. Hence, it is inverse variation. So, it is inverse variation. So, that will be 30 into 10 is equals to X into 12. X will be equal to 30 into 10 upon 12. So, 6 5s are 6 2s are, and that will be 25 boxes. So the answer is, how many boxes will be filled? So 25 boxes will be filled. Okay, that's the answer for sum number 9. So sum number 9, the answer is 25 boxes. We now move on to sum number 10. Okay, we have sum number 10 now. Vandana takes 24 minutes to reach her school if she goes at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour. If she wants to reach school in 20 minutes, what should be her speed? So we know that more the speed, lesser the time taken. So if she wants to reach at a lesser time, she need to increase her speed. So of course, again, this is an inverse ratio, because as the time increases, the speed decreases. If the speed increases, time decreases. So we have over here 24 minutes at 5 kilometers per hour. So if speed is equals to is 5 kilometers per hour, time taken is equals to 24 minutes. Therefore, if speed is equals to x kilometer per hour, time taken is equals to 20 minutes. So speed and time. Speed 5, time 24. Speed x, time 20. Straight multiply. So it is inverse variation. Accordingly, 5 into 24 is equals to x into 20. So x is equals to 5 into 24 upon 20. 5 4s are 4 6 are, that will be 6 kilometers per hour. Okay, so we need to write the answer that what should be her speed? Her speed should be 6 kilometer per hour. Okay, so if Vandana wants to reach the school in 20 minutes instead of 24 minutes, she needs to increase her speed from 5 kilometers per hour to 6 kilometers per hour. So that was sum number 10. Now sum number 11. Sum number 11 and 12 are tricky, so pay proper attention, because you may make mistakes in these kind of sums. So pay proper attention while you see the sums. So let's see sum number 11. Okay. A fort is provided with food for 80 soldiers to last for 60 days. For how long would the food last if 20 additional soldiers joined after 15 days? Now, let's understand the sum properly. They are given that there were 80 soldiers in a particular fort and they had got food which can suffice for 60 days. Now, over here, the most important thing is that till 15 days, there was no increase or decrease in the quantity of the soldiers who were present in the fort. So, fort के पास जो food था, वो पहले 60 days के लिए था. But after 15 days, what they are left out will be for how many days? 60 minus 15 यानी 45 days. So, they had got food for 80 soldiers which could survive for 45 days. But what happened? After that 15 days, there were 20 additional soldiers who had come up. So now what has happened? The soldiers are not 80, they are 100. So if 80 soldiers के लिए 45 days का food है, तो 100 soldiers के लिए कितने दिन का food रहेगा? That is what we need to calculate. So the most important thing in this particular question is that we need to take 80 soldiers for not 60 days but 45 days. Why 45 days? Because for 15 days they had the food and उसके बाद में changes आया. It was not that 80 days, 80 soldiers रहेंगे तो कितना दिन, तो 100 soldiers तो कितना दिन. It is not that way. The 100 soldiers came into the picture only after 15 days. So till that 15 days, automatically the food was consumed for 15 days. So what is remaining? Whatever food was remaining for 45 days. Hence we say that 80 soldiers can be, the food is available for 80 soldiers for 45 days. तो अगर 100 soldiers है तो क्या रहेगा? Okay, let's see this properly. So we have over here, first of all, that food is provided for the, food is provided, so food sufficient for 60 days for 80 soldiers. Now, after 15 days, food sufficient for 80 soldiers is equals to 60 minus 15 is equals to 45 days. Okay, so it is sufficient only for 45 days. So now we have got, so number of soldiers added is equals to 20, therefore total soldiers is equals to 80 plus 20 is equals to 100. Okay, so we can say now that soldiers days, soldiers 80, days 45, soldiers 100, days X. It is inverse proportion. Why inverse proportion? Because if the number of soldiers increase, the food will remain there for lesser number of days. So ये increase हुआ तो ये decrease हुआ. So you can see that 80 into 45 is equals to X into 100. So X is equals to 80 into 45 upon 100. So that will be giving you as 5 2s are, 5 9s are, and then 4s are, the 36 days. Therefore, food will be sufficient for 36 days. Okay, so how long would the food last? The food will last for, you can say food will last for 36 days. Is it clear? So this was the sum number 11. Very important. Here if you are going to take directly अच्छा 80 के लिए 60 तो 100 के लिए कितना, तो you are going to go wrong. So be very sure to understand के what is the sum given to you. They are given over here that after 15 days, after 12 days, after 10 days वो देंगे उन लोग देंगे कि after how many days this change took place. Okay, if they are not given, then there is no change. If it is this way, that okay, अगर food is sufficient for 80 days, अगर 80 soldiers, so 100 soldiers के कितना रहेगा, तो it's fine. Then we are going to do direct. But if they tell you that 20 soldiers are going to be added after so many days, so you are going to subtract the total number of days में से उतना days, so that you are knowing that 15 days के बाद में 45 days के लिए खाना था, उसके बदले कितने दिन चलेगा. Am I clear with this? Right? So this was a very important sum. That was sum number 11. We now move on to sum number 12. Sum number 12. 1,200 soldiers in a fort had enough food for 28 days. Okay, so ration available for 1,200 soldiers is for 28 days. So this is the 12th sum. Ration available for 1,200 soldiers is for 28 days. What happens? After 4 days, some soldiers were sent to another fort, and thus the food lasted for 32 more days. Okay, they have not told us that how many soldiers were decreased, but they have told us that if, so after 4 days, so first of all, after 4 days, वो सबसे पहले करना है. So after 4 days, what happens? Ration available for 1,200 soldiers is for 24 days, because this is nothing but 28 minus 4. Okay, so we know that the number of days it is going to last will be for 32 more days. Instead of 24 days, it is going to last for 32 days. So we know that over here, so it will be soldiers and days. If the soldiers were 1,200, the days was 24. If the soldiers are X, the days will be 32. Okay, so it is inverse variation. So we have over here 1,200 into 24 is equals to X into 32. So X is equals to 1,200 into 24 upon 32. 8 4s are 8 3s are 4 and 3s are. So this is equals to 900 soldiers. So number of soldiers in the fort is equals to 900. Therefore, number of soldiers who left How many soldiers left the fort? Who left the fort? 1200 minus 900 is equal to 300 soldiers. So that means 300 soldiers were asked to move to some another fort, and that's why the food, which was sufficient for just 24 days, lasted for 32 days. So this is your sum number 12, and this brings us to the end of the exercise 9.2. So as usual, your solved examples 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the 8 solved examples before the exercise 9.2 becomes your homework. So you need to solve these 8 sums of the solved examples. Okay, so this was your exercise 9.2. Okay, I will now start with time and work in the next video. Thank you.